Hey everyone, I'm Paul with MadCap Software, continuing in our series on micro content in MadCap Flare. We are now going to talk about analytics and specifically how it ties into the micro content that you create in your projects. And this is really important stuff because you need to understand how your end users are using your output so that you can create micro content that's the most valuable that they're actually going to look at, because you could be creating tons and tons of micro content that no one ever sees if they're not focused on that. And the output, the analytics is going to let you know exactly what they're interested in. So let me just give you a little backstory on this, and so you'll understand why this feature was created and why it's so valuable. So a few years ago, we first created micro content, and I'm usually the guinea pig, and I get my hands on the thing, way before we released, and I started thinking, okay, I'm gonna create some micro content, and I got into the micro content file and I started just typing phrases, just like, how do you do this, and this is the way you do that. The phrases were several words long, and then after the first few, I just stopped and I thought, wait, how do I know that people are searching for this? And I knew that at the time with MadCap Central, our cloud-based product, I knew we were working on this analytics section of that. And so I thought, well, that would be ideal if we were able to add something in there so that I would understand whether people, not only what people are looking for so that I can create the micro content, but that I've already, it would identify things that I've already created. All right, so let's go into Flare and I'll also show you a little bit of Central, and we'll talk about that. And by the way, I'm not trying to sell anybody Central. Central, again, it's our cloud-based product. And so you can upload your Flare projects up there, and you can do all kinds of things, create tasks and host your output, and analytics. Analytics is a big part of that, but I'm not a salesperson. I mean, back in college, I was kind of forced into selling newspaper advertising, and my big sales pitch was, you don't want to buy anything, do you? So this is just me telling you that this thing is super valuable to me, and I think it will be to you as well. Now, as I'm creating micro content in my Flare project, I'm creating it on the fly as I go. I'll create a topic, a set of steps, and I'll think, oh, this is a brand new thing that no one has ever searched for before. And I think, yeah, this might be a good piece of micro content. So I'll create micro content from it. But I have all this existing content, and I need to decide. It takes time to go through thousands of files and create micro content for everything. So it's good to focus in on the most important things, what people are looking for the most. So what I want to do is, first of all, I have this little project and it is connected. I did already bind it to MadCap Central, and there's, MadCap Central, there's a whole bunch of videos on that, and it shows you all of this binding and everything. But this is a project that is bound. This window pane right here, you open it from View, MadCap Central, and you see all this information. So it's there, and so I can work with things on that license. And I can host this. I can create output up there. But when I'm talking about this analytics stuff, you don't have to host your output up on Central. You can host it anywhere, but you can still take advantage of this analytics feature so that it's reporting on how people are using your output. So I'm connected. That's the first thing. Now I'm going to go to my target, and we are talking about HTML5 targets. Open this thing up. Now I want to come down to analytics. And in analytics, you select your provider, and you're going to select Central. I'm already logged in, and I have a couple of licenses. This is the one I'm going to use for this one. And then you just create your key, and it's super easy. You just click create, and this particular project is on dogs, and so, or dog training, and So I might create one that is just dog training V1 with the idea that, oh, I'm going to create more versions of this, but at least this initial publishing of the output, I can keep track of what people are doing with the output. So I click OK, and it creates this thing. All right, so I've changed my target now, and I am going to push my changes. This is source control stuff. Got a whole bunch of videos on source control too. And so I'm just going to say push analytics key, right? So I that's the only change I've made. And so I am going to sync this. I'll have these files up there. So actually, all of this that I just showed you, I did a commit and I synced my changes to the source control stuff. You actually don't even need to do that technically. As long as your project is bound, it's up there. As soon as I saved, the analytics key is up there. I just kind of did that out of habit to keep everything in sync. All right, so as soon as I created that key and clicked save, is there, and I can go look at it by just clicking this button right here, and it's going to open up my central license. All right, so this is what MadCap Central looks like. And I come over here to analytics, ends up shows me this grid, and here is my new analytics key that I created. And these are others that I've created in the past. You can just click this, and this is your page of reports. Now, I haven't built any output or published any output, so nobody has clicked on anything, and that's why everything in here is blank. Otherwise, over time, as people are clicking on it, this will just update in real time. And there's all these different things that you can look at data on. And so if I go back to another one, let's look at one that I have created in the past. Maybe this one. Nope. Let's try this one. Yeah. So we have some data in here, not a lot of data, but we have some. So it shows me phrases, things that people are searching on. And then this is phrases with no results and so on. You can see topics people are looking at. So it lists all this stuff in here. So this is all really, really useful stuff, but it's especially useful when it comes to micro content. I'm actually going to go see if I can get another one that has more information in it. Probably this one. Yeah. So I get more information in this one right here. Now, you're thinking, well, we use Google Analytics. Well, that's cool. You can use Google Analytics in addition to this. But here's what you're going to get from this that you're not going to get from Google Analytics or any other analytics. It's this thing when I had started creating my micro content and I thought, wait, I don't know what people are searching for. And so I asked these guys, I asked our development team, I said, hey, could you add a column in here for me? And they said, well, yeah, what do you want? And I said, well, I think it should be called micro content or micro content results. And what I wanted to do is show whether or not I already have micro content for something, because as I'm looking at the analytics, I might look at a phrase, for example, in here, zoo is the most searched for thing. And I think, oh, people are really looking for this. Now, this is 11 searches, isn't that many, but in the real world, it could be, lots and lots and lots. And I think I should really create some micro content for that. So I do create the micro content, republish, and I want to know whether or not I've already created the micro content for it. So it saves me time. And so they added this column in here, and it will show an X next to an item if I don't have any micro content yet for that thing. And it shows a check mark if I do. So I don't have to waste time on look at Mexican food and think, well, I already created micro content for it. I know people are searching for it and micro content's coming up. But zoo, I could go back and create a piece for that. And then I can filter on this and I could say, show me anything that doesn't already have micro content. I don't even want to waste my time seeing the check marks. And I look at this and I just start from the top and work my way down. And the things that are being searched for the most, that's where my priority is. And I will create micro content for those things. And then I can clear the filter if I want. So that's really mostly what I want to show in this video, this really valuable little thing that works with your analytics. And you can see exactly what's going on because it all ties in to Flare. Now, if I showed you my actual real life analytics, come down here and I go to the analytics page, and you can see I've got analytics keys for several things. And I'm just going to open one of the more recent outputs. And so you can get an idea here of what most people are looking for in MadCap Flare. And sometimes it's skewed because we'll have something new in a particular release. And so everybody's looking for that thing. So get, micro content, search, glossary, TOC, you can see what most people are looking for. And this goes on for right now over 11,500 pages. This is one page. And so there's lots of things that people are searching for. And I have my micro content results shown here. And for the most part, for the things that are being searched for the most, I've gone through and I've created micro content in the past. And so now check marks are showing up. But I could filter on this. And now I don't have to go page and page. And I can see the first stuff that is marked that I don't have micro content for. I create it, republish, and then in the next version, this should be a check mark. All right. All right, so that does it for this micro content and analytics working together. Again, I'm not trying to sell anybody anything because I'm terrible at sales, but if I were a customer didn't already have this, I'd get it just for that, really. And in addition to the other cool things that Central does. All right, that is it for this video. I will see you in the next one.